Well, I wanted to make a video, I guess just to document my experience that I'm having right now. So, I am, I've gone through some things in the past couple of years since COVID. 2019 was such a great year up until the summer. I had finally become full circle with a lot of things that were going on in my life. I've had a YouTube channel, I had a hairline before, I have kids, and my marriage was about 12 years old, and I took the conscientious decision of leaving that marriage due to domestic violence. And it was very, very hard because in the end, a social worker came to me. She had got some school supplies for my kids. It was like some kind of school donation where the social services kind of give you stuff. And my ex had made these false claims of child abuse and neglect. So she was like, I don't see any, but I do need to let you know that if you decide to go back to him, I will come back to your home and I will take your kids from you. And mind you, our house wasn't violent physically where you would see black eyes and things like that, but it was so psychologically damaging to my kids that and I was under like a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing where I was just hurting so bad, and I was allowing this man to control so many aspects of my life, and I wasn't even realizing it, from how long I slept to how I cleaned the house. I ended up having the kids homeschooled. I homeschooled them. And then I ended up putting them in public school. We moved in the middle of nowhere. It was just really, really hard when I look back at it. And these things all manifested. My kids all went to therapy. Like, I was really good about making sure my kids had therapy because I knew I was not in a good situation, but I did not know how to get out of the situation either, because everywhere I went for help, no one would help me. Like, I was firmly, when I say firmly, involved in my church. I was like the golden child of my family that knew the Bible back and forth. Like, the Bible was the only thing that I felt at that point could guide me or control me to a certain point. Control might not be the right word, but it's the only thing that I could feel like I was fulfilling something inside of me. So they let me down continuously. No one came to my aid. And my youngest two are twins, and it's a boy and girl. My boy was in occupational speech and physical therapy, and my daughter was in, I think it was just speech. No, she was in, I want to say maybe she was in physical therapy, because they used to walk on their tiptoes, and that's a sign of autism and things of that nature. So they were in there pretty early. Like, I literally would drive almost an hour to their therapy office and stuff. So with that being said, I have two older kids too, and the oldest is a boy, and then it's a girl. She started having a lot of difficulties, and my oldest son just kind of shut down altogether. Now, he's the oldest. He's not part of that marriage in the sense of that's not his real father. The youngest three, the biological father, was who I divorced. But I left. That was so hard for me because I had no family support. No one knew what was going on. I just kind of kept to myself because I was just tired of being judged so much and so harshly by people, because I can read people's emotions and how they feel towards me and their body language so very well. And then I would hear people say things, and it really affected how I saw myself, and how I saw myself as a mother and a parent, and how I took care of my kids. It really affected a lot for me. So it was really hard. That was in 2016. And during that time, some things had happened. He left, and we were still married, and he went to Africa, married a lady, a young girl there. While we were still married, filed for divorce, and basically that time of my life, even though I could have taken half of everything, I found out that his sister had signed my name on like the 401k, so he took out all the 401k, so I couldn't get any of it. I just let everything go. There's so many times in my life where I have given up, in the sense of saying I give it up to either God or I give it up to something, But that period of my life was so hard for me, not having any support, especially from family, because you really do expect that. I didn't have any. I am the middle child, the middle girl. I didn't have anything. I wanted to do everything different than what I grew up in, and I did. My kids got all the services they need, and I was fully present, and I still am, in their educational journey with school. And I was just always present. Like, I knew in my lifetime as being a mother, I wanted to be present, which is what I did and have been doing. And I'm proud of myself for that. But I do want to talk about how I got to where I am now. So I might start somewhat in this present and then kind of feed back and forth. But that's kind of the baseline of where I want to start about what I've been through in my life.